I just got 50 platinum trophies. In today's video, I'm going to be going through all my platinum trophies and including future games I'm going to platinum on the channel. First off, we have a job simulator. So this is my first ever platinum. It was around 2017 I first played it. I got a PSVR. I wanted to give it a shot, so I went ahead and I just played it through. The game's pretty fun. It's a standard VR game. It's nothing crazy. But once I finished the game, I just quit it. I stopped, and then I was like, you know what? Let me go through and platinum it. So then I went through platinum it. It's so easy. It takes maybe 3 hours. Super easy. And I got it in 2020. That's the first ever platinum. My second ever platinum was Spider-Man Miles Morales. This game is just, I recommend all the Spider-Man games, and we'll get into other ones later on in this video. This game's so easy. It's so simple to get this platinum. You know, I got it in 2021, so I took about a year of no platinums. Took a break. I wasn't into trophy grinding at this time, but this game is so fun. It's pretty simple. It's got 100% complete all districts, get all the skills and stuff. It's pretty simple to get. I highly recommend this platinum. I also waited till I got a PS5 to play this game because I wanted to experience it on the next gen hardware. This is my third ever platinum trophy right here from Nautica. It's so easy. You can just get a mod menu, the command line, and just go through this game and just get all the trophies. Pretty simple. You just spawn all the stuff and you get the trophies. Legitly though, it's so fun, and I've played hours in this game, legitly, but I cheated for the platinum, and it's super easy. I also have the PS5 version right here. I got this in like 30 minutes. It's so easy. I recommend just getting a free platinum. God of War 2018. So this was my fifth platinum, I'm pretty sure. Got this in 2022. This game is just, if you haven't played the God of War games, number one, play them. And number two, God of War 2018 is a masterpiece. Give it a shot. It's phenomenal. It's pretty straightforward, getting collectibles, playing through the story. It's pretty simple, but the game's tremendous, and I highly recommend you give God of War 2018 a shot. Next up, Batman Telltale. So Batman Telltale is just a Telltale game. You just play the game and you get trophies along the way. It's so simple. It's a Telltale game. There's no missable trophies or anything. You just, every single chapter, everything you complete, you get a trophy for. It's pretty straightforward. Ratchet and Clank. So Ratchet and Clank's another easy platinum. I played this first back in 2018. I finished back in 2018. It's so easy, but there's one trophy to where you have to upgrade every single gun in the game, and that can take hours upon hours just sitting there grinding enemies. It's not very fun, but it's something that has to be done for the platinum. But all around, it's a very fun game, and it was free on PS Plus, and if you have PS Plus Premium, I think it is free, so I highly recommend giving it a shot as well. Next up, we have GTA 5. So this is my most played game of all time, with over 2,000 plus hours. It's just a masterpiece. This game is phenomenal. I have most of my hours on GTA Online, just messing around online with friends and stuff. This game is phenomenal. It really is. The story mode is great. The online is fantastic. The platinum is pretty straightforward. Collectibles, story. I don't think there's any missable trophies, but if there is, there's a guide for that. The hardest trophy in this game is probably the stunt jumps and the knife flights. You have to get a plane and go tightly through a building and just dodging stuff. You have to go for under the bridges. You have to go under a bridge in a helicopter or something. Under a bridge. It's not easy. For stunt jumps, you just jump off a ramp. It's pretty straightforward, but there is one in particular at the docks. That's why I died over and over again. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. This platinum can take a long time depending on how much hours you have on GTA Online. See, I started playing GTA Online back in 2017, so I was at level 100. I went for this platinum. I already had most of the trophies done on online, so it wasn't that hard. God of War 3 is next. God of War 3 is another I recommend all the God of War games. It's another just straightforward playing the story. But for these games, you have to watch a guide for these. Unless you want to do another playthrough, you have to watch a guide because there's a ton of missable collectibles around the way, and missable trophy by that case, that you can't go back and chapter select. There is no chapter select. So you have to watch a guide for all the collectibles and stuff. But if you watch a guide, it's pretty easy. You just play through the game and get all the collectibles. Need for Speed is next. So this platinum I played this game back in 2017 for the first time, and I pretty much played the entire game with friends, by myself, and everything. I love racing games. I'm a big racing fan. So I played this game all 2017, and then I had like 3 trophies left for this platinum. So I ran around and just did that real fast, right? It took me like an hour tops to get these trophies. But if you have this game, it's pretty straightforward to get if you like this game. It's fun. Watch Dogs 2. So Watch Dogs 2 is a game to where, just like I said, I played back in 2018. It was another game to where I just went through and I just cleaned up the trophies. Most of my hours in this game is just like GTA 5 is the online with friends. But this game is another straightforward game. It's an open world game, so there's really no missable trophies in this. You can go through the whole story and be perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure. The hardest part is the multiplayer, though. This game is what 6 years old at this point. The multiplayer servers are horrible. You can't get into lobbies, so getting into an online lobby is hard. Number one. Number two, it's hard is getting people who actually want to cooperate with you. Like I even went in game chat and everything and tried to talk to these guys to let me kill them for the trophy. They don't budge and they just kill you instead. So it's very straightforward and easy, but the online is definitely one that is annoying to do. That's the biggest turnoff. The crew too. So like I said, I love racing games. So I went through. I bought this back in 2021. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2021. I played with my friends. Like I said online, and I was like, you know what? Let me go back and do this platinum because I love platinums now. So I went back to the platinum back in 2022. Cleaned up everything, did all this stuff, and this is the game to where I probably sat in my room for 9 hours straight and just grinded races. A lot of people can't do that. I could. I just enjoyed it. It was fun to do. This game's not as bad as people say it is. Marvel Spider-Man. So I got this back in 2021. So this whole list is mixed matched. I recommend every Spider-Man game. They're so easy. You just collectibles. It's an open world game, so there's no missable trophies. You can just go through collectibles. It takes It takes like 10 plus hours to get because of how many collectibles are in the game. But it's pretty straightforward, and the game itself is so fun to play. The Sinister Six and all that stuff. I'm not gonna get into spoilers right here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. That's what I call it. It's my second most played game of all time because of Warzone and all that stuff and multiplayer. I'm a big Call of Duty guy. I grew up on Call of Duty. I didn't grow up on Minecraft or any of that stuff. I grew up on Phase and Nade Shot and Optic. That's what I grew up on. I grew up on Call of Duty. So that's why I watch all the time. So I'm a big Call of Duty head. I still play Call of Duty to this day. Even though they've gone downhill, but I still play them. This game is another just play through the game on veteran, like every other Call of Duty game is played through on veteran, getting some miscellaneous trophies. I don't think there's any collectibles in this game, just miscellaneous trophies. This is like the last Call of Duty game dating until now that didn't require any multiplayer trophies for the platinum. That's a plus, because multiplayer trophies in any game suck. Next up, we got Stray. Stray is a game that everyone should get. It was free on PS Plus. I'm not sure if it is now. It takes maybe tops 4 hours to get. The game itself is very fun. You're a cat. You're literally a cat. You play as a cat going through a cyberpunk city type of thing. I think there is some collectibles, a lot of missable trophies, and a lot of stuff to where you get to watch a guide for. But all in all, pretty easy. There is a speedrun trophy for 2 hours, less than 2 hours. I got this in I think an hour and 40 minutes, so you can easily get it done. Bunny Raiders is a free game on the PS Store. It's actually pretty hard. It takes some skill. It's a pretty bad game. It's very, very bad, but it's free and it takes maybe like 4 hours for the platinum, depending on how good you are at the game, because the mechanics are pretty clunky. The game can get hard with the enemies. It's like a top-down 2D shooter type of thing. It can get hard at times, but all in all, it's not very hard at all, but it can get hard. Ark Survival Evolved. So this platinum is actually kind of rare somehow. Just like Subnautica and a lot of other survival games, you can cheat this to where you can use a command line to spawn this stuff in. That's what I did. I bought this back in 2018 and I played it, but it wasn't the platinums at the time, and this game was not my favorite. It's very laggy and just runs I think 20 frames the entire time you play. But all in all, it's an easy platinum if you use the command line cheat. Deathloop. This was another PS Plus game. You see a trend here. A lot of PS Plus games. I was kind of broke. So, but this game got a lot of hate, but also a lot of praise. It got a lot of praise from the media and game critics, but from the audience and the players, it got so much hate that the game people say this game is so bad. It's actually pretty good if you give it a shot. It's like a massive loop. You die over and over again, repeating the day, getting clues to lead more and more to the ending. It's a whole fun game. Graphics are good. The story's phenomenal. The gameplay is great if you get some abilities. There is multiplayer trophies in this game, and give or take, the game came out in 2022, so give or take, if the servers number one still up, or people are even still playing this multiplayer. When I played it back in 2022, when it first came out, it was hard to get in the game then. So 2 years later, I think it's chalked. It's probably chalked. Astro's Playroom is another really early platinum I got. This is a game that every PS5 owner should get. When you get a PS5, it isn't already installed in your console. It takes me four maybe even 4 hours to get this platinum, maybe even less. It's so fun. It's a game that it tests out the dual senses capabilities, the haptics, the adaptive triggers. It gets you to feel the PS5. The graphics are great. If you're a PlayStation fan like myself, the Easter eggs are great. There's artifacts to get. You barely need a guide, but guides are needed for like some of the artifacts in the collectibles areas. But all in all, it's a game that every owner should get. Tome. This is also a PS Plus game. This game, I went into it and I was like, it's gonna be like a kiddish game and just a bad game. It's not like my favorite game or a game that's like for me, but it is a fun game. You just like walk around a black and white town, a city, going through taking pictures of stuff, finding if you look at the trophy, the platinum trophy, finding a colorful thing to light up the world to make it colorful instead of black and white. It's a cool story. It's not really any voice line or anything. It's a pretty cute game. Sly 1. This was a nostalgic trip for me personally. I played, I think it was the Sly's hippo friend. I played his game on my PS2 back years ago. So I was like, I love Sly. Let's go replay this. So I went and I replayed Sly 1 and I got the platinum for it. It's another easy platinum. It takes maybe a couple hours to get, 6 to 8 hours to platinum. It's pretty simple. You need a guide for it because there is missable trophies and there is collectibles to get. So if you watch a guide in your phone or your computer, it's so easy to do. Minecraft. I mean, this is the game to where you can get this. You can get Minecraft legit, and it's not very hard to get legit. It's Minecraft, all right. And Minecraft's a game. If you're good at Minecraft, you get platinum pretty easy. I used a world code to where you can put a code into the realm page, and you can spawn into a world and get all the trophies in less than an hour. It's so easy. You can even get all the DLC trophies like I have here. I have a decent amount of them done. It's Minecraft. Just go for it. Why not? Oh, now we're getting into the Uncharted series. So, if you don't know, this is my favorite gaming series of all time. Uncharted 4 is my favorite game of all time. We'll get into that later on in the video. The first game I ever played on my cousin's PS3 was Uncharted 2. So I have a lot of memories with Uncharted. That's why I'm so grown to it. I never played Uncharted 1 going into this, and I never played Lost Legacy going into this whole Uncharted series. I'd probably rank the Uncharted games 4, 2, 1, 3. Lost Legacy doesn't really count, but 3 is good for what it is, but I played it actually the most out of any Uncharted game, I think, and it's just boring at this point. It's so boring, but I'm not going to really go over all the Uncharted games, but all the Uncharted games, 1, 2, 3, 4, and even Lost Legacy, it's just playing the game on crushing mode, watching a guide for collectibles, getting some missable trophies, and going to chapter select and cleaning up miscellaneous trophies. It's pretty straightforward. Look, Uncharted 3 right here. Uncharted 4, my favorite game of all time. This one's different. It has more trophies than the rest, but look, crushing difficulty. You have to speedrun the game in 6 hours or less, but there is a video on YouTube to where you can cheat this and not speedrun the game in 6 hours or less. There's like a file thing. You can go on the PS5 and do it. But do the PS4 version of Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, and then auto pop to the PS5. The Last of Us Part 2. Where do I begin on this game? I hated the Last of Us series, just because I felt like it got more limelight than Uncharted. It's made by the same developers, if you didn't know, Naughty Dog. So I thought it got more limelight and more publicity, which deservedly so. It should. So I was like really mad, and then I saw that show coming out last year, so I'm like, let me give this a shot. So I played Last of Us Part 1 Remastered in January, and I played this also in January, and play them. I don't care. Play the Last of Us games. Last of Us 1 is better. It's a shorter game, and it's better in general. Last of Us Part 2 is so controversial and so hated because of the stuff I done in the game. I'm not going to get spoilers right now, but I do plan on making a video eventually going through and defending Last of Us Part 2 because of how good the game actually is. People just overlook it because of some story details. But this is another platinum, just like Uncharted. You just go through and you just upgrade stuff, get collectibles, watch a guide for collectibles. It's so easy, and it's a game I recommend completely, but people look past it because of the hatred for it. Oh no, Untitled Goose Game. This game is a headache, dude. It's a kid's game. It takes 4 hours of platinum. It should take 4 hours of platinum. That's the thing. You play as a goose, like straight. You play as an animal. You play as a goose. You go through messing up people, make people's day worse in this game. But the reason this platinum is a no-no for me, do not do this platinum, is the speedruns. The mechanics in this game are so clunky that the speedruns are just not fun. The garden and the high street one are so simple to get, maybe 1 or 2 tries to get. The back gardens and the pub though, I probably spent 6 hours, maybe maybe a little bit less, doing these. They are not fun. They make you want to break your tour into pieces. These are the 2 hardest trophies I've ever gotten in any game. Maybe even harder than Millennia. They're that hard. They are not fun. Don't do this platinum. Just don't do it. No, just don't do it. Ghost Runner. So, Ghost Runner is a game that it was a PS Plus game. It's a game I actually really liked. I got this before Entitled Goose Game because I quit Goose Game. I platinumed this, went back to Goose Games. It's a whole different thing. But this game is a parkour rhythm game, kind of in a sense. You slide around, you're one shot, the enemies are one shot, you have a sword, no guns, just a sword. You slide around, great parkour movement, great movement all together. It's so fun. Platinum's so easy. You can play through the game. There is no missable trophies, I don't think, but you can play through this game all the way through and then go back, get some cleanup. But I recommend you watch a guide for it. But watch a guide for this, because so you don't have to go back and do all the cleanup. But it's very fun and a game I've been wanting to play for a long time, but I didn't really know a game was like this. So I have Maneater, PS5 and PS4. This platinum is so fun. It is probably my most fun platinum I've had, just because you play as a shark. Another theme. I like playing as animals. You play as a shark and you eat stuff, get collectibles in the ocean, you level up, and then you get to a point to where you can kill the guy who killed your father or your mother, I think it is, and you're just like a shark. Horizon Zero Dawn's next. So I played this game back in 2021. This game's fun. It's kind of boring in the start, so a lot of people don't even play this game because how boring the intro is. Intro is atrocious. Once you get more of this game, it gets kind of good. When I went back and did this platinum, I was like, oh, this game's pretty good. I'll go and do it. I was bored in the first 3 seconds. This game is so hit or miss. Forbidden West is 1,000 times better. I still don't have that platinum yet. I probably will get it eventually. But the sheer amount of just going back and playing this game, the animations look clunky, the graphics look clunky. It was a 2017 game, I get that, but the animations look bad, the graphics and the how people move their mouth and the cutscenes. It looks like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that's a game that's like it's bad. It's bad. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This game is actually put in my top 10 games of all time just after this platinum. You just go through completing the story and then getting some collectibles in the planets, upgrading like weapons and miscellaneous trophies. I don't think there's any missable ones, but if there is, I'm pretty sure there's chapter select. There's one trophy in particular that I struggled with. I think it was upgrading every gun, just like the other one. It glitched. My game kept on crashing over and over and over again. Save data got corrupted multiple times over and over again. That was the issue. I think they fixed that now. I hope they fixed it now. They didn't, and don't go for this platinum. It put me back like 6 hours. But it's a fun game, and it looks like a Pixar movie. It's so good. What Remains of Edith Finch? Edith Finch is a free game. You just go through the story and get collectibles and stuff. Just watch a guide. And it's a game going into this. It's me kind of cringy. It's an alright story, and I recommend it. Donut County. So Donut County it's like $5 in the PS Store. It's a game to where it's like those bubble games you see on those ads you see. You become a massive hole in the ground, like a wormhole, and you just go around eating and dropping stuff into your hole, getting bigger and bigger. You just eat stuff. It's so easy and fun. 2 hours tops this platinum. Elden Ring. I hated Souls games. Just like kind of like The Last of Us. I hated these games. I've never even played one. I just thought they were overrated and bad. Went Elden Ring with an open mind. I was like, all right, let's go into this. I got bored in the first 2 hours. I'm gonna quit. I got to the first boss in the game, and I was just like, I'm done. I died over it. I'm like done. 2 days later, I went back. I played it all the way through. I love God of War Ragnarok. This is the game of the year in 2022. This game is phenomenal. Phenomenal. This game is phenomenal. I could not recommend this game more. If you're not a Souls fan, it's a good Souls game to get into. It's so good. It is so good. And the platinum just killing all the bosses and getting some collectibles and stuff. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, the second hardest trophy I probably ever got, maybe even debatable, the hardest one ever, is defeating Millennia. I probably did spend 10 hours on Millennia alone. Red Dead Redemption 2. This platinum is just, I dreaded this. This is a platinum I always wanted to get, but I dreaded it because of the sheer amount of lore and just backstory surrounding this platinum in the community. Is like, this platinum sucks. Red Dead 2 is one of the greatest games of all time, story-wise. You have to play this game. Yes, people say it's slower, but it's 1980. It's like the 1800s Western. It's gonna be slow. I'm not gonna spoil this game here, but this is one of the only few games I have genuinely shed and bawled my. I've shed tears and bawled my eyes out at the end of this game. It is rough. It's rough. But platinum-wise, it also sucks. It's complete all of the, you complete all the side quests, get all the hundreds of collectibles. You have to get 70 gold medals in story missions. You have to obtain 100% completion, which is like all the side quests, all the collectibles, and all that stuff. That stuff's not too difficult. It takes hours upon hours upon hours. There's like 3 or 4 missable trophies in this game, so there is ways to cheese that. The reason this platinum is something you should not do, and why people don't recommend this platinum, is because of the online trophies do suck, but it's not because of that. It's because of zoologists. Somehow, some way, Skin Deep and Zoologist are bronze trophies somehow. Rockstar, I hate you for this. I hate you for this. These are harder than most platinums for any game. You have to go and study and skin and kill 200 plus animals. Dead Island 2 is another game that came out last year. It's a fun game. It's based in LA. It's sequel to Dead Island 1, which is a great game. This game got a lot of hate. I don't know why. It's pretty fun. The platinum just a open world game, collectibles going through and through, and getting all the collectibles. The story is decent. The story is like a 5 out of 10. The biggest thing is the graphics and the environment, and the graphics are great. I recommend this game. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I was not a Star Wars fan growing up, just because I thought it was really nerdy. But I was a Marvel fan. Marvel's really nerdy too. So I went through and I played Jedi Fallen Order. I actually enjoyed it. But before I played Jedi Fallen Order, I watched all 9 episodes of Star Wars. I loved it. I love Star Wars now. I'm a massive Star Wars geek now. This game is phenomenal. It could have even been nominated for Game of the Year last year if it wasn't for performance issues. This game is a highly recommend for me. Play this game. Platinum's pretty straightforward. Graphics are great. Environment's great. Story is way better than Fallen Order. Way better than Fallen Order in general. The game in general. Play it. Marvel Spider-Man 2. So play it. It's so easy. Collectibles. Like every other Spider-Man game, it's just getting all the collectibles and playing through the game and the 100% complete of all districts. Teardown. So I actually have Teardown on Steam. This game is just a sandbox game where you just blow up stuff and you destroy everything. They added PlayStation, so I was like, maybe I'll give it a shot. And they added PS Plus. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely giving it a shot on console. And I just went through getting the platinum. It takes maybe 6 hours to get the platinum for. God of War Ragnarok. This was my game of the year in 2022, and I'm fighting with it, but Elden Ring's so good. This is my second favorite game of all time. The reason for that is the most hyped I've ever been for a game was God of War Ragnarok. I've always been a God of War fan. And I played 2018, and I just was looking forward to this game for years. But platinum-wise, it's collectibles, and just like 2018, it's just collectibles and just all that stuff. Here we go. This is my game of the year of last year, Alan Wake 2. I went into Alan Wake 2 just saying like, okay, this game is gonna be pretty good. It has 67 trophies. A lot of them are story trophies. This game's great. Story, best I've played, maybe top 10 ever. The graphics are good. The environment's good. There are some hard moments in this game and weird moments in this game, but all in all, this game's like a 9 out of 10, man. It is great. Platinum-wise, you need a guide for it. Look up a collectible guide and all that stuff. The game itself needs a guide also because it gets really difficult and confusing at times, but it's pretty simple. God of War 1, just like God of War 3, you play the game with the guide and you get collectibles for it. It's pretty simple. Just go through the game, get all the collectibles, watch the guide for it, and then play through the game. You don't have to play through it's not like God of War 3 to play through the game again. Challenge the God is the hardest trophy in all of the God of War games, but the speedrun trophy is also really easy. Another easy platinum. The last was Part 2 Remastered, so this was just an auto pop. Unpacking. This game is free on PS Plus. It's like a 2D pixel type game where you unpack boxes. That's all it is. It took me like 3 hours to get. It's actually pretty relaxing and fun if you want a nice break and get a nice easy platinum. Number 50 Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have a video up on my channel for that, so please go watch that. And that's it. That is 50 platinum trophies. Those are my 50 platinum trophies I've gotten, accumulated over 3 years now. If you have never gotten into trophy hunting, I highly recommend getting trophy hunting. It's a fun pastime and a fun way to play games. Before the video ends, I want to get into what game I'm going to platinum next. So I'm actively playing through this right now. This will be my 51st platinum. This will be an upload in 1 to 2 weeks. I love Last of Us so much, and I'm playing through it again. And after Last of Us, I don't know what we're going to do with that. Maybe Arkham Knight, but I'm not sure. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. Give me recommendations for platinum games you want me to play. If you haven't seen the Valhalla video, I'll link it up on the screen right here. Go watch that. It's a shorter platinum video, but it's my journey to get Assassin's Creed Valhalla's platinum. Later.